Okay, it should be recording now. Yeah, it should be recording now. Okay, cool. So basically what I was saying was I use pocket options. This is my personal preference. Whatever broker, you feel is best for you, then you can go ahead and use that. But my personal preference is pocket options, right? So basically what I just did was I removed all my indicators. I'm gonna remove this one as well, just so that you can see that this is a naked chart. This is what will show up when you first get on your broker. So what I'm gonna do is I have my candles on the 1 minute. I have my timer enabled, and for my expiration time, this is a 30-second to minute trade type of strategy. So you can put it for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, up until a minute. This strategy works best for that time period, that expiration time, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here to my indicators. First, I'm going to add the MACD. I'm going to show you guys the indicators that I use and how I set them up, and then I'm going to show you the strategy for a put and for a call. So I'm going to add the MACD, and basically the MACD, you want to keep the settings the same, but you want to go right here and you actually want to enlarge it to 2px so that you're actually able to see the lines a little bit more clear. Let me scroll down, make sure everybody got that. Okay, bet. Everybody good? Now, what I'm going to go to next is I'm going to put the RSI on here. So you're going to go right here. You're going to click RSI. And you want to leave it the same. The period is going to be 4. But what you want to do, you want to go to styles, and you actually want to make these 3px so that you're able to see them a little bit more clear. It holds a lot more definition to the strategy when you're actually able to see what zones the RSI or the market is hitting. So the next indicator that I'm going to add on here is my moving average. So I'm actually going to go right here to moving average. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to remain SMA, but I'm going to change the period to 7. I'm going to change the period to 7. And the 7, the difference between 7 and 10 is that 10 actually moves a little bit more slower, and 7 actually follows the pattern of the market a lot better. So you're actually able to see how they compare very well. Now I'm going to actually, me personally, I like to make it a color that I can actually see. So because my candles are green, I don't want it green because I feel like that's going to confuse me. So I'm actually going to make it orange. And I'm actually going to make it about 3px. That's thick to where I'm actually able to see what's going on in the market and what's the overall direction that the market is moving at that time. Now, the last indicator that I'm going to add on here is my Parabolic Sar. So I'm going to click right here. I'm actually, where is it? I'm going to click Parabolic Sar. Now, you want to leave the acceleration and maximum acceleration the same. For style, you want to leave it 1px. That's good enough for me. It's all about your personal preference, though, right? Now, these are the 4 indicators that come with this strategy. Does everybody have all of these copied down? Drop a 3 in the chat if you have all 4 of these indicators copied down and you have the settings. Okay, bet. Only have 3 threes. How many people is it in here? 9? I need 9 answers. I don't have them all. Okay, which one do you not have, Janaya? The settings, I think. The settings for all of them? Run it over again so I can write them down. Okay, bet. So the first one that I added was the MACD. The MACD, the settings stay the same. So what it comes with is 12, 26, and 9. That's going to stay the same. You don't change that. When you go to style, the only thing that I did, okay, bet. I got you. Emiraje, I believe that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. So you're going to go to your MACD and you're going to actually make the MACD 2px to kind of make it a little bit thicker to where you can see the line. You're going to take your signal and you're going to make it 2px, a little bit thicker to where you can see the line. You're going to click save. You're going to click on your RSI next. You're going to add your RSI. You're going to leave the period 14. For style, you actually want to, the main line, you want to leave 1px. That's the main line, the R side right here. But as far as the 70, 50, and the 30 line, you actually want to enlarge it to 3px so that you're actually able to see when price hits that zone or that area or that region. Then you're going to click save. Next, what you want to do is you want to add your moving average SMA. So right here, sometimes it will say EMA. So all you have to do, if it says EMA, click on this and click SMA. For period, it was originally 10. What we're going to do is we're going to change it to 7. And the reason that we're changing it from 10 to 7 is because 7 moves at a faster pace and it actually moves more coherent to where the market is going. So it's actually able to align with the market a little bit better than if the period were to be at 10. Now for styles, what you want to do is, since it originally was lime green, that is the color of my candles. So I kind of feel like that would confuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my my SMA to a lighter color that I know I'm able to see. So I changed it to orange and I made it 3px length width, line width. Now, what I'm going to do is the last indicator that I told you guys to write down was the Parabolic Sar. Now, the Parabolic Sar stands for Parabolic Support and Resistance, right? And I'm actually going to dive a little bit deeper into that once I teach you the actual strategy, but that was just a little quick, it stands for Parabolic Support and Resistance. So when you go to the settings, the acceleration and maximum acceleration are going to stay the same. You do not change that. For styles, you're going to leave it the same as well. Now, does everybody have that down? Yes. Okay. What about who needed it? It was Janaya. Okay, bet. Just wanted to make sure everybody has this down. Okay, bet. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to move on to the strategy. So I know we have someone in here who stated that they were new. So I'm going to do a quick recap of basically what HFX is, right? So HFX is binary options, right? So basically what it is you're making an educated prediction based off the analysis of the chart and whether price will increase, meaning that it will buy up, or price will decrease, meaning that it will sell down, right? So if I were to enter in a trade for a buy or a call, then I'm expecting for price to appreciate or go up above that price at which I had entered at, right? The reason we have a timer is because HFX is high frequency, right? So instead of waiting a longer period of time to get your money, you're getting money in minutes. That's the reason why we advocate for it so much, because it's literally money in minutes. So as I stated, this is a 30-second to 1 minute type of strategy. When my 1 minute expires, whatever price I put it at, if I put in for a buy, when that 1 minute is over, in order for me to win that money plus the percentage payout, price needs to be above the line in which I entered. And the opposite is true for a sale. If I were to enter in a sale or a call, which is this red button, I'm expecting that when my 1 minute is up, which is the time that I chose personally, for price to decrease or depreciate or stay below the line at which I had entered. And that is basically how you win. It's as simple as that. The only thing that you need to make sure you do is you need to practice and actually see what strategy works best for you, what time, things like that. So that's where it all comes into play with utilizing your resources. So boom, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over the strategy with you, right? So in order for it to be a buy is going to be the first thing that I'm going to go over. Actually, it's going to be a sale because I actually see a great selling opportunity right here, right now, right? So I'm actually going to draw up my lines. I'm going to draw up vertical line. I'm going to draw it right here. Draw it right here. And then I'm going to get another one. Let me see if I can actually add on to it. I don't think I can. So I'm actually just going to, you actually see where it's going down at, right? So right here at this period in time, yes, I use 45 seconds on commodities. Yes, I love commodities. If you know, you know, right? So when it comes to a sell, right, or a put, which is this red button right here, when it comes to a sell, the first thing that you want to be looking for is the fact that the MACD crossed, right? So this right here, this indicator right here that we're provided with, this is the MACD, right? This is the MACD. And what we want is that when we're looking for a sell, we see that the MACD right here, the green line crossed the red going in a downwards motion. The green line crossed the red going in a downwards motion, and they cross going downwards. Now, remember what I said about a sale. You're expecting for price to depreciate or decrease. So if something is selling down, it's going in a downwards motion. So everything is color coded and everything is movement orientated, if that makes sense. So we're looking for, the MACDs to cross going in a downwards direction. And since we're looking for a sale, the red is going to be over. The red is going to be over the green. Right? Now, after we see that our MACDs have crossed and our green is below our red and our red is above our green, going in a downwards direction, the next thing that we're going to look for is that our RSI, which is this indicator right here, is going down towards the 50, heading in the 30 direction. Is going down through the 50, heading to the 30 direction. This line right here, this is our 50. This teal blue type of color line is our 70. This orange down here, this is our 30. So when I say that, I mean that this right here, this oscillates up and down within the market. So when we see that this is going down through the 50, going towards the 30, we know that the market is most likely selling at that time. So now that we see that our MACD has crossed going downwards and our green is below our red, we're looking to see that our RSI has went below the 50 and is going towards the 30 line. Does everybody have that down before I continue with the selling confirmations? Drop a 3 if you have that. Let me know. Okay, bet. Who else? Let me know. Okay, bet. All right, bet. Now, after we see our first 2 confirmations, what we want to look for is that our SMA is going in the direction that we want. So now that we see our first 2 confirmations are showing that it's a selling opportunity, we want to see that our third one is showing that it's a selling opportunity as well. So with our SMA, we're looking for it to be going in a downwards direction. Like I told you, everything is color oriented and everything is movement oriented. So we see that we're wanting for price to sell, we're wanting for the SMA to go downwards as well. So we see right here, it was buying up, but in this moment in time, in this period in time within this candle, the SMA is actually going downwards. We see that it's curving and it's preparing to go downwards in a downwards direction. So that means that our third confirmation has come true. We have 3 confirmations so far. Now, with there being 4 indicators, we're looking for a great trade, which is going to be 4 confirmations lining up, right? So now that we see that our MACDs have crossed going in a downwards direction, our RSI has crossed through the 50 going towards the 30, and our SMA is going in a downwards direction. The last thing for us to look for is our Parabolic Sar, right? Our Parabolic Sar. Now, like I stated earlier, our Parabolic Sar stands for our parabolic support and resistance. That's what the SAR stands for, right? So what we're looking for is with a buy. No, I'm sorry. Scratch that. For a sell, we're looking that our Parabolic Sar is above the candle. It is above the candle. You always want to be thinking about, that line. You want it to stay below, right? You want the price to stay below that line for a sale, right, in order for you to win. You can think about the same with a candle in the Parabolic Sar. So this green dot, in order for it to be a selling opportunity, you're wanting for that candle to be below the Parabolic Sar. You want it for that candle to be below the Parabolic Sar. Now, I know if you're looking at the chart, you can see that, that is not always true. And that is why it's most important to follow this strategy in the steps that I claim. Because if you were to enter strictly off of the Parabolic Sar, you might lose. There is a very high chance that you might lose. That's why you want to actually follow the strategy in which the way it was taught. So now I'm going to actually ask y'all, what is the first confirmation for a sale? What is the first confirmation for a sale? What is the first thing that we are looking for when we're looking at our broker and we're looking to enter in a selling opportunity? MACD's crosses down. Okay, bet. What is our second confirmation? Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Y'all catch on quick. What is our second confirmation? After we see that our MACDs have crossed down, our green has crossed down, our red going in a downwards direction, RSI going to the 30. All right, that is correct, Vaughn, but you also want to make sure that it has at least went through the 50 just a little bit. Like, you want to make sure that even though, let me see if I can move this out the way. Let me see if I can move this out the way. Okay, bet. So even though we see that we want it to go down through the 30, you can also enter when it's just going down through the 50, going towards the 30. So you don't want to miss your move because you're taking too long. But yes, that is correct. You want your RSI to be going to the 30. Yes, that is right. Underscore just dot seam. I don't know how to pronounce it. RSI go through the 50 to the 30. That is correct, right? Now, after we see these two confirmations, we have 2 out of 4. We want 4 for it to be a great trade, right? What is our third confirmation? SMA has to go in the downward direction. SMA going down. Okay, yes, that is correct. That is correct. That is correct. SMA going down. Yes, that is correct, right? Now, this is a 3 out of 4 trade. I would call this, okay trade would be 2. A good trade would be 3. So this is 3 out of 4 confirmations you could enter. But you want to be looking for, I know, Vaughn, you want to be looking for 4 confirmations lined up. All 4 confirmations, right? So after we see that our first 3 confirmations have lined up, what is the last thing that we are looking for? Yes, we could enter off the first 3 lining up, but if we wanted to be just extra careful, if we knew that this was a trade that we wouldn't lose, what would be the last thing that we are looking for? SAR on top. Everybody else got that? Parabolic Sar on top. Parabolic Sar above candle. Yes, that is correct. Yes, that is correct. So it seems like y'all have the confirmations for a sell or a put down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over the 4 confirmations for a buy or a call with the golden nugget strategy. I'm actually going to go over the 4 confirmations for a buy or a call with the golden nugget strategy. Is everybody ready for me to move on? I need everybody to drop a 4 in the chat if you're actually ready for me to move on to the buying confirmations. 4, 4, 4. That's 3. 4 4s. Let me make sure. That's it? Isn't it like 9 people in here? I want to make sure you skipped a little. I ain't hear you. What did I skip, Vaughn? Are y'all able to hear me? Before I move on. Yes? Okay, bet. Okay, cool. Now, so let me see if I can actually move this. Yeah, I'm gonna move this down. Okay, cool. Actually wanna, yeah. I can actually move this up here. That's cool. Okay, cool. So now we'll be moving on. I don't know why people dropping 4s, that's all. Yeah, so I'm actually going to be moving on to the buying confirmations, right? I'm going to be moving on to the buying confirmations. So what I'm going to do is I'm about to look to see if I can find a great, and lo and behold, we have a great setup right here. We have a great setup right here. Literally, as I'm speaking, I just found a great setup. So I actually can just move my line over. So I'm going to move it over right here, right? Right here. So everything that you learned for the selling or the put confirmations for a sale, it is the opposite is true for a buy, right? So the opposite is true. Everything that you've seen for a sale is going to be the opposite for a buy, right? So we knew with our sale, we wanted for the MACD to be crossing in a downwards direction because we expected for price to depreciate or decrease within that 1 minute time frame. Now for a buy, we're expecting for the MACDs to cross going upwards because we want price, exactly, Tierra, we want price to appreciate or increase above the price at which we entered. We are wanting for price to increase or go upwards. So we need for everything with our confirmations to be going upwards. Like I told you guys earlier, everything is color coded and everything is moving directional oriented, and that makes sense. Right? So what we want to be looking for right here, we can tell right here, we see that our MACDs have crossed going upwards. So you see how our neon green was going downwards, crossing down in a downwards direction. It is now crossing our red going upwards, and it is on top, right? That is our first confirmation. The MACDs crossing upwards, going in the upwards direction. The next confirmation after we see that is that our RSI is going up through the 50, going towards the 70 line. So it has already went up through the 50, and it's actually, as we can see, is going up towards the 70. You don't want to look at this because this is what's happening now, but we're focused on this candle right here. We're focused on this candle right here. In this moment in time, none of this has happened. We see that it is going up through the 50, and we're predicting that it's most likely going up towards the 70, right? So our second confirmation has come true. We have 2 out of 4. We're looking for 4 confirmations. So can anybody kind of assume what the third confirmation is? Our third confirmation is that the SMA is going in an upwards direction. Yes, that is correct. Our SMA is going in an upwards direction. Now, instead of for a sell, we're wanting it to go downwards because we want price to decrease. For a buy or a call, we're expecting for price to increase or appreciate, right? So we're wanting for our SMA, now that we see it's crossing the upwards direction, we see that our RSI has went up through the 50 going towards the 70. We see that in this period of time, remember, none of this has happened. We see that our SMA has curved and is about to start buying or start to going in the upwards direction, right? That is our third confirmation. So if I would have seen this right now as we were on this call, I probably would have entered. I would have entered for 1 minute, and as you see, I would have won that trade. I wouldn't won that trade. Now, like I told you guys, you can use this strategy. I want to say is honestly 90% accurate with just 3 out of the 4 confirmations. But let's say you were somebody who you really needed all your confirmations to line up, right? Like I said, the opposite is true for a buy as it is a sell. So with a sell, we was waiting for our parabolic star to be above the candle, right? For a buy, we need it to be below. Exactly, Tiara. That is correct. That is correct. We're wanting for our parabolic star to be below the candle. So as we see, our MACD crossed up, going in an upwards direction. Our RSI was going up through the 50, going towards the 70 line. Our SMA was going in an upwards direction, as we see. And we also see, lo and behold, our parabolic star is below the candle. So this was a 4-point trade as well. So right here, I just gave an example for a 4-point trade for a sell or a put. And lo and behold, as we were on the call, I actually just seen a great setup for a buy, a 4-point confirmation for a buy or a call. Now I'm actually going to sit here and do the same thing that I did with a sell. I'm actually going to give y'all a little quiz, right? So if I were to be looking for a buy or a call opportunity, what is the first confirmation that I would be looking for? What is the very first thing that I would be looking for? MACD going upwards, MACD going upwards, MACD have to cross upwards, yes. You want to make sure that when you're writing down notes that you just dictation, the words that you put down are very important, because if you say MACD going upwards, if you look back in the past, you see that, the MACD is going upwards, but not all of these candles are buying candles. So you want to make sure when you're writing down your notes, you put MACD have to cross going upwards, because you know that you're looking for that cross. Because if you just see right here, we see that, the MACD, yeah, is going upwards, but we see this big old selling candle. We would have been mad if we would have entered, right? So you want to make sure that the MACD is crossing going upwards. Now, what's the next confirmation? What is our second confirmation? RSI going through the 50 towards the 70. Yes, Tiara, that is correct. Does everybody else have that? You want to make sure that your RSI is going up through the 50 towards the 70. Now remember, we're just looking at this candle right here. None of these candles have happened yet. In this moment in time, we don't know what's going to happen. We're expecting for the RSI to go through the 50 going towards the 70, which that is what it was doing in that period of time. So now that we've seen that we have our 2 out of 4 confirmations, we want to make this a good trade or a great trade. I'm looking for 4 confirmations. I don't know about y'all, but I want to make sure that when I enter this trade, I'm not nervous. I know that I'm going to win. So what is the third confirmation that we are looking for? SMA has to go in the upwards direction. Yes, that is correct. We're looking for our SMA to be going in the upwards direction. So as we see, our SMA begin to curve, and we see that as the candle is actually forming, you will notice that your SMA will start going upwards. It will start going upwards. It might backtrace a little bit, but the overall direction of the market in that time is going in an upwards direction. So now that we have 3 out of our 4 confirmations, yes, like I told you guys, you can enter, and honestly, most likely you will win the trade with just these 3 out of 4 confirmations. But let's just say that we see our Parabolic Sar. Where do we want our Parabolic Sar to be if we're looking for a 4-point trade? SAR has to be below the candle. Yes, that is correct. We're looking for our SAR, our parabolic support and resistance, to be below our candle for a buy. Now, and I actually want to reiterate this because I know a lot of people are going to have this question. You will most likely win a lot of your trades based solely off of the MACD, but I want you to be very careful and cautious and make sure that you're actually doing the strategy, because you will mess around and blow your account trying to just do it based off one thing, and you're going to be mad. So you want to make sure that you're following the process. Do the MACD first. Yeah, Tiara be on point. Don't play with her ever. You want to make sure that you're looking at the MACD first, then you're looking at the RSI, then you're looking at the moving average, and then you're looking at the Parabolic Sar. The Parabolic Sar should be the very last. Please do not enter for a buy just because you see that the Parabolic Sar is below the candle. Don't do that. Don't enter for a sell because you see the Parabolic Sar is above the candle. You need to follow this strategy in the steps at which it was given to you, because this is the procedure. This is the process for a reason. This is the process for a reason. This is the process for a reason, right? And actually, as you see right now, this is a great setup for a sale. This is a great setup right here. Right here. We see that, look at that. We see that our MACD is crossing going downwards. We see that it went through the 50 and is going towards the 30. We see that our SMA is moving in a downwards direction. And we see, if I can move this out the way, we see that our parabolic is above. I would have entered right here for a sell, and I actually would have cleared that trade. There's multiple opportunities to make money here. You just have to make sure that you're plugging in. You're actually utilizing your resources, utilizing your mentors, utilizing Go Live, utilizing these Zoom calls that we hold every day, or even the trading sessions with Brandon and Sherman, Pinks and Shayla, Pinks and Chuck. You want to make sure that you're utilizing all of this, right? Because that's how you get to where you need to be. So does anybody have any questions? Yeah, I'm definitely about to easily bet on my Rucker using a strategy before this. It was like, I just needed another breakdown. Okay, bet. I'm excited to see the results. Does anybody have any questions about this? Any questions at all? Before I hop off the Zoom call. People are just texting me so much, bro. Nobody has any questions about the strategy? So I need everybody to drop a 5 if you understand the confirmations for a call and a put. If you don't have any questions, if you feel like this is a strategy that will help you in your trading career, that might take your trading career to the next level, drop a 5 if you feel like, this might have been a breakthrough for you with HFX. Definitely going to try this. Okay, bet. And like I said, this was created by Moy Ray. But like, as I stated, this business is just all about transferring information. So whatever I learn, I'm more than happy to pass it down to other people so that y'all can pass it down to y'all mentors, and y'all can even, tell your uplines about this, tell your downlines about this, tell your mixes about this. Whatever you got to do, just go ahead and do it. So that's pretty much it for the call. Like I said, I appreciate everybody. I can drop my number just in case y'all have any questions. Oh my God, it's so cold. I'm going to drop my number just in case y'all have any questions. My name is Shianna, Shianna. That's my name. And that's pretty much it. I'm about to end the call, family. But I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Everybody stay safe, be safe, and have a great night. Wait, hold on.